Okay boys, day 7, last mailbox opening. I started this challenge with just 500,000 gold. Let's see what I got. 1 million, 2 million, 3. This is episode 2 of Is It Profitable? For this one, I'm going to be doing alloy crafting. However, I'm going to change it up a bit. Instead of just buying the mats off the auction house, crafting, then selling and seeing if I came out ahead, I'm going to spend the next week doing nothing but gold making by crafting alloys. By the end, we're going to see just how profitable it is. Do I make gold, or am I now broke selling my body a moon guard? Watch to the end to find out. A few parameters though, I'm only going to do this for 1 to 2 hours a day. There's no point me no lifing at 16 hours a day and being like, hey guys, I made gold, just do this. I do have an absolutely full build though. Every single node that you can get for alloy crafting here. I've got 20 out of 20 for multi-craft, 20 out of 20 for resourcefulness, and I'm only missing 10 more points here from being an absolutely full build. I also have the ignition satchel for even more resourcefulness and multi-craft. So if I can't make profit with this, I'm either dumb, which is possible, or this isn't a great market to be in. The last parameter I have, I'm just starting with 500,000 gold, so we'll see at the end if I have more than that or not. This video is a bit of a longer one, so I have put chapters in if you just want to skip to some parts. I'm not going to concentrate too much on making gold on day 1. First thing I'm going to do is just spend all my concentration. I'm assuming the best return on gold is sanctified alloy, but I'm not sure of that because I haven't dug into it. It's just day 1. Okay, we're on day 1 and I've already got a tip. I started at 500k. I used my concentration on sanctified alloys, and I'm no longer at 500k, and they've sold. So tip number 1, that is a waste. But I will spend it all just so I can start regenerating. The other thing I'm going to do is create a spreadsheet. This is just so I have an easy place to see the cost of crafting an alloy compared to what it's selling on the auction house in one place. One thing I'm going to check is just if these tempered frameworks that give resourcefulness are worth it when I'm crafting the sanctified alloys, just because you can get null stones or the propane tinder boxes back. So I'm going to test with both of them because I'm not sure if the extra 150 gold is worth the 75 resourcefulness or not. Before crafting these, absolutely do not forget to put on your ever burning ignition. Alright, so each craft says it's 1,482 gold just off craft sim. If I add the tempered framework, well, that doesn't seem worth it. That's only going up 30 gold. If we use it 2, okay, they are way not worth it according to craft sim. I'll bang it on. I've already bought it, so I'll just bang it on for these ones. Alright, well, no procs there. That's concentration down the drain. Hopefully day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are more fruitful. Okay, that's day 1 over, and I've got no gold. But I did craft a few things, so let's see how it goes in the morning. Okay, so start day 2. I currently have 2,000 gold. If this mailbox is full of alloys and not gold, it's already over. That looks alright so far. Oh, it's gone up. It's gone up. It's gone up. Alright, after day 1, we're 86,000 up. That's not bad. Especially considering, with my spreadsheet, how I have it as, I got a 65, 132, 120. Yeah, these were wrong. I did A minus B when I needed to do B minus A. So when I did the new one, these are the real numbers when crafting these things. So I filled in today's data on the sheet, and we got all these minuses. So I'm just going to give CraftSim a quick scan and see what it says. So just come in a recipe scan here. Make sure blacksmithing's done. Oh, we don't like the look of this. Just spent 540,000 on all these materials, even though CraftSim and my spreadsheet say do not do this. Let's see how it turns out. CraftSim was saying the alloys weren't profitable just before. I've put on a ever-burning ignition, and look at this now, 38 gold each, 80 gold each, 25 gold each for these ones. So ever-burning ignition does make up a fair bit of your profit, I guess, which means tip number 2 is filling in these is more important to alloy crafting than filling in these. The only one here that you want to fill, probably after you fill these, is here fortuitous forges, because you got the 15 multi-craft on each of these nodes, whereas these ones only give skill, no resourcefulness or multi-craft. I was hoping to get more crafted in today, but with how much cancel scanning I have to do, I'm just going to throw this lot up on the auction house and log out, and then hope by tomorrow that they're sold. Started day 3, I have 350k, which has actually annoyed me. I'd like to have got through all of it, but I spent all of yesterday just cancel scanning, and I could not get through all my stock. So I'm hoping in this mailbox I have no alloys, and if I do, that's a little sad. Oh, I can already see some. Okay, well, I started with 500k, and on day 3 we're at 835, so I've made 335k profit so far. A little bit more if I count these alloys. Because I spent yesterday all day cancel scanning and not really crafting, I'm going to try to do rank 3s today, but I'm not sure how profitable they are, but we'll see how that goes. Also yesterday, because stock was selling slow and I had to keep cancel scanning, I switched it up and started selling more core alloys instead of just the charged alloys and iron claw alloys. So I've got an add-on just to show what I've done so far. Iron claw alloy I've sold 1600 of. The amount unsold is just how many times I cancel scan. So my sell rate was 35%. That's not how many I have in stock. Another one I've been selling is core alloy. See, I've sold way more of them, 2,847. Tomorrow I'll write these numbers down and just recheck to see how many more I've sold. And the last one I've been selling is the charged alloy. I've sold nearly 1,800 of them. Again, see this sale rate, how many times I'm cancel scanning. I'm definitely going to try and diversify what I'm selling, just hopefully so I can combat cancel scanning a little bit. Alright, we're still on day 3 and I'm about to craft some sanctified alloys. I'm going to lose all my gold here, but I'm just going to do it for science because it says to craft, and on my spreadsheet it's 2200, but here it's 2300. But people don't craft things for a loss, so you got to be making gold with these. And I have a full build, so I'm just going to press the button a few times and see what happens. If I lose all my gold, we start again on day 4. I'm going to try to do them with tempered frameworks to see if I can get some tin boxes and null stones back. The thing is, Craft Sim says resourcefulness is worth 1 gold 51. So technically I would need rank 2 to be more than double the cost of rank 1 for that to be worth buying the rank 2. So I'm only going to buy rank 1 because the difference is only 75, which isn't going to make up that difference in double the price. So watch me lose my gold. Alright, about to press this button for science. If I don't make 290,000 gold on these, I've lost gold. So let's give it a go and see what happens. Yeah, they're not the ones we want back from resourcefulness. Game. Hello, game. Game. My multicraft ain't good enough. There's an null stone, I'll take that. Oh, that's a bait. Oh my god. Boys, you see those two? Okay, so I just got 48 when I should have got 40, so that's 8 extra. And then I got 2 null stones and a tinderbox. Let's go see if that's more than the 290 I need to break even. That's 271, 281. Okay, I said 280 was the break even point, so I made 4k crafting those sanctified alloys. I ain't doing that again, that's not worth it. Just use my concentration to make some rank 3 iron claw alloys. All I did was use craft sim. See here, point of concentration, 11 gold, 11 gold, 7 gold. So I just picked the highest one. My biggest hamstring at the moment is just the sell rate of this stuff. If this just instantly sold, at these margins, you'd just be able to print gold. But because of how long it takes, you really need a second account just sitting there cancel scanning while you use the other account to craft. And that's not something I have. Okay, boys, I think I spoke a bit too soon. Yesterday was a cancel scan war, but today, I feel like tomorrow's opening is going to be a decent one. Oh, we sold another. Day 4 morning. Yesterday I had 835k. Let's see if I got more than that today. Yeah, a little bit more than that. So it looks like I made 500k yesterday, I guess. And I still got some core alloys. So yesterday wasn't too bad. I was less cancel scanning. And I also realized something, that I've been wasting my gold because I'm an idiot. I realized I was dumb and I was using my rank 2 core alloys to make the iron claw and charged alloys, instead of just buying rank 1 ones and selling the core alloys I make. So you can see here, there's an 8 gold difference. Yesterday was 30 gold. But that's still 16 gold difference, and I've sold something like 12,000 alloys, so 16 gold might not seem like much, but that will make a big difference. So I can see why I had a 500k day yesterday. For days 1, 2, and 3, the total core alloys I had sold was 2,847. So the amount I've sold now is 7,779. So there's a 4,932 difference there. So I basically sold double the alloys I did in the first 2 days and the third day. Charged alloys didn't do quite as well. I only sold 984 of them yesterday to get us up to a total of 2,782. But iron claws, very popular, 4,459. So my profit's really coming from core alloys and iron claw alloys. I sold 2,848 of these yesterday. Today I'm going to look into rank 3s a bit. I said that yesterday and I didn't, but today I will. Did some quick math on rank 3 core alloys. So every 5 crafts I'm going to losing 400 gold, but that's just with multi-craft. So if you put in resourcefulness as well, I might be coming out ahead. So I'm going to give these a go. We'll just send it with this much. Time to see if the rank 3s were worth it. So this cost me 150k, 163. I'm not going to craft more yet. I'll just see what the sell rate on these are. If they sell fast enough, then I think I'll start mass producing them. First day this has happened to me. I've run out of ever burning ignitions. I've got 1.2 million on the auction, 1.3 million on the auction house. So guess I'll call it a day for today. I am gonna have to plan how to, because the last day of this 7 days is gonna be reset day, and I'm gonna have to plan how I can get 10 ignitions plus an 8 stack, so can craft all day, because I'm assuming that's when the high sales will be. Day 5 start. I don't feel like yesterday went as well as day 3. I had 1.3 million yesterday. We'll see what we got today. That's about a 200k day, but I also have these materials, and I think some things didn't sell. So I still have 5k bismuth and these alloys, so not too bad of a day, I guess. Maybe 400k. Okay, just seeing how many things I sold. I've sold a total so far of 5,403 iron claw alloy. 953 of that was yesterday, which is interesting because the day before I sold 3,000 of it. For charged alloys, I'm up to 4,006. The day before I was at 2,782, so I sold 1,224 of these yesterday, which again is interesting because I sold 3 times the amount of iron claw than I did charged alloy on day 3, but I've sold 50% more charged alloy than iron claw on day 4. Here's where I've sold most things. Yesterday I sold 10,153 of these core alloys. As you can see here, I started making the rank 3, but I only did 66 because I was too poor. I'm going to try and pump that number up today. I couldn't afford to do this yesterday. I only had a small stack to test rank 3 core alloys, but they were a profit, so today I'm going to do maybe something like this and craft for the full 10 minutes with the ever burning ignition. So on day 5 I started doing some rank 3s, which I've already solved except for the iron claws. And you can see here I got about 2 million here pending and on sale in the auction house. And down here I've run out of all my gold. So that's a benefit of doing rank 3s. I can actually get through all my gold, and the more gold you spend, the more gold you can get. I've also got another bit in the mailbox. So I think tomorrow's mailbox opening is going to be a good one. And I'm just going to transition into full rank 3 crafting, and I'm done with these rank 2s. As you can see, I've got 2.7 million pending. That's all from rank 3 stuff. So instead of wasting time on rank 2s, I'm just going straight rank 3s now. Alright, day 6 start. I crafted rank 3s yesterday, and I think I had a pretty big day. So day 5 I started with 1.5 mil. Let's see if I beat that. There's a 1.5. Just a sneaky 1 mil day then. So crafting rank 3s was profitable. Would recommend. Alright, for a recap of what I sold, with iron claw alloys, I sold 1,264, 300 more than yesterday, but I did sell 921 rank 3s. Charged alloys, I sold 1,028, which is 200 less than yesterday, but also 843 rank 3s. And lastly, for core alloys, I've sold 25,000 total, but only 6,744 of that was yesterday, down from 10k the day before, but also with 719 rank 3s. I'm going to pump out the rank 3s today. Hopefully I can get to 5 million by the end of this challenge. The rank 3 market, if you have the capital, is definitely where you want to be at. I've already made $1 million today, and I've only used 6 ignition charges. And the reason for that is because you can only get profit during the time you have the ignition buff. So if you have more gold than you do have ignition time, you're losing out on an opportunity. So with rank 3s, with how much capital I have in this one, I can get through all my gold before I run out of ignition charges. It's just a few hours before a reset in North America, and I'm just being a little bit risky here. Instead of selling my stock, because the prices are pretty low, I'm going to sit on it until after reset, and hopefully things have gone up. If things don't go up, I might be losing gold. We'll see. Okay, boys, day 7, last mailbox opening. I started this challenge with just 500,000 gold. Let's see what I got. 1 million. 2 million. 3. 4, 5. Ooh, 5.5. So after a full week of just crafting alloys, I made 5 million gold profit. Okay, we'll just go through our amount sold here. About 25,000 rank 2 core alloys, 7,000 iron claw, 5,300 charged, and then for the rank 3s we got 3,600 for core alloy, 3,200 for iron claw, and 2,800 for charged alloys. Sanctified I didn't really bother with. This was the first time I used my concentration, and the big boom on my profit came when I started selling these 3. And as you can see here, It was all profit. I did not mail myself any gold. This is just the last week. I've only sent gold out. So you can see gained 42 million from the auction house, while I spent 37 million at the auction house. So do I think crafting alloys is profitable? I was ready to say no earlier in the week because I thought only people with a full max build and 2 accounts, so they could craft on one and cancel scan on the other, would be making maximum profit. So it's not really casual friendly. But after spending more time with it during the week, just to reiterate again, if you just get these 2 nodes here and the ignition satchel, you can make profit. So that can be set up in day 1. And you're not going to be making as much as me because I ended up doing the rank 3s, which was huge. But you're still being able to bring in like 100k for a full stack of ever-burning ignitions. No worries. So I'm going to say yes. Just going to go through some tips that I've learned from this week. The first is, if you're starting this build, filling in the ever-burning forge is more important than filling in the alloy talents. So you want to absolutely get 20 out of 20 multi-craft and 20 out of 20 resourcefulness before you start crafting the alloys. And this is because both rank 1 and rank 2 alloys are profitable. Rank 3 is the most profitable, but that takes a long time and a bit setup to get to rank 3, like you need all rank 3 tools. As with the ever-burning forge, you also want to get the bag. So as long as you get these 3 and the bag, you can start making profit with this build, even just with the green multi-craft tool here. If you're not logging in, you want to stack up your ever-burning ignitions. Just like log in for 5 minutes, craft them to get to 10, just to allow this to regen. So when you do log in, you have the max amount of stacks you can get, so you can spend more time making gold. Because once you run out of these charges, crafting alloys is not profitable. You have to have this buff. As for the ores, you can see which ones I sold the most of. I sold 26,000 rank 2s, 7,000 iron claws, and 5,300 charged alloys. So that's probably the order in which you want to focus on crafting them. And the same is sort of true of the rank 3s. The cores are the most popular, followed by iron claw on charge, but iron claw sold really quickly for rank 3s. Obviously core alloys rank 2 also has my highest sell rate. That was the one I had the least cancel scan. If you do have the capital and the build, rank 3s are by far the best to sell because you make the most profit with the ever burning ignition charges. You can get through your gold before you run out of charges, and like I said, you need that buff to make profit with crafting alloys. So if you can cycle through all your gold before you run out of charges, you're maximizing your profits. And on screen I have a really simple calculation of how to figure out profit. All you do is you times your crafting cost of the alloy, and this is if you have 20% multi-craft. If you have a different amount of multi-craft, these numbers are a bit different. So if you have 20% multi-craft, you times your crafting cost of the alloys by 5, and in this example that's 1200 gold. So that comes out to a total of 6,000 gold. And then the sell price, I'm assuming if you're selling the alloys for 1,000 gold and you think, oh, well, my crafting cost is actually 200 gold more than they're selling, I'm losing gold. But if you have 20% multi-craft, you can assume you're going to get 1 more bar. So we times that by 6, and that's the minimum. Multi-craft can proc up to 4, so 3 extra. So that number can be higher. But if you just go off the bare minimum, you see you're actually coming out even here without including resourcefulness. So if you only have 10%, then you can, just to change this up, you just times it by 10 for your crafting cost and times it by 11 for the sale price. And this obviously doesn't include resourcefulness or the procs of 3 and 4 alloys. So even if these numbers are like a bit different, like 200 gold, 300 gold less, you're still going to be making profit if you've maximized multi-craft and resourcefulness. Another tip is, if you're at the point where you can craft rank 2 just using rank 1 materials, instead of crafting the rank 2 core alloys and then using them to make iron claw and charged alloys, sell your rank 2s and then buy rank 1s and then use them to create the charged and iron claw alloys. So each time you do this, right now you're making a 12 gold profit. These take 2, that's 24 gold profit each time, instead of just using your rank 2s to make them. Alright, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed this format, let me know. I'm also taking suggestions for the next one. And that's it. Like and subscribe. Peace.